I normally say that you don't start talking or castigating until you wear the shoes or you know where the shoe pinches. You'll not be able to criticize or correct others if you're not in their position, their situation. Because we have a lot of spectators in life, and these spectators normally are the best critics. Even if you're in the when you're in the stadium watching football, maybe your team is not doing well. The guys are hitting the ball where they're not, as we can say, they have the ball to kick the ball, the direction that the ball is not supposed to go. Wow, some of us are born poets. They're hitting the ball the wrong side, and therefore they're not finding the net. The critics, the spectators, some of them may not have played football for ages or not at all, will be the first to criticize that player and wonder why the goalkeeper, well, why the referee put that player in the first place. In fact, many of the spectators can give you a whole team, a list of team first 11 who are not supposed, who should have played in that game and win. Yeah, they may not have coaching capabilities. They know nothing about coaching. They last touched football when they're in primary school, but they want to correct the coach. Maybe the coach has their own challenges. We don't know. Maybe the player was not in his, up to his best at the time the ball reached him. Maybe the position wasn't good. Maybe he tried his best. He shot wide, but the critic are there. The critic will always have something to say, and that's why they are there. They are called critics. And again, I can imagine a world without critics. They will be doing things anyway, anyhow. But the critics, to an extent, if they are fair enough, they do a good job to show us the direction. But there are those of Adam who are not really up to no good. They're just there to criticize, just to criticize. And as I said, unless you know the pain, you cannot, you don't have a qualification to criticize. And I'm thinking this about, there have been a lot of stories about of late, a while of late, like several months maybe, some bad stories about kidnapping. Until the other day, we thought it would be called kidnapping, but we have a new terminology. It's called abductions. And I think abductions actually is when they get hold of you and they're not asking for ransom. Wanakushika tu, wanakufungia mahali, then they release you if they ever release you, and then you go. So there have been a lot of these abductions. People have expressed different feelings about them. I know personally, if you ask me, there have been a lot of hula baloo, whatever that means. There have been hula baloo, a lot of talk, a lot of cries, a lot of criticism to the government about abductions. Yes, what is happening is not good, particularly if, and we know, perhaps it's possible, this government is involved. What should be done is arrest these guys, take them to court. If the court releases them, arrest them again. But abducting is not the way to go. Now, why am I bringing this issue? I'm bringing this issue because of late we have seen somebody, VIP, issuing statements about after their sons having been abducted. And as I said, if you have not felt it, you will not criticize. I mean, so it will just be another day. And before this person went to complain, and he's in the government, went to complain about his son's abduction or abduction in general. This abduction have been going on for a long time. But personally, I didn't hear this person complain or castigate about abductions until a relative was abducted. Then they felt the pain. Suppose that person, that relative, was not abducted. Would he be making that noise? I don't know. Maybe he would. But I said, abductions are not the way to go. There are better ways of dealing with these things. I know they've been before things have happened, like when maybe somebody, a government critic, was arrested and taken to court, of course, but the court released them. And what would they do? They would wait for him outside the courtroom. Once he's released, they arrest him again. So if they want to keep these guys in for a long time, you don't have to do abduction. You take them to court. If they're released, if you need them, arrest them again. But you need to have the evidence and produce evidence. Because we're supposed to be in a country that has a rule of law, and we should be seen to be that way. But anyway, kama kiatu akija kuumiza, mtu asema ni kibaya, utaendelea kukivaa, utaendelea kukiimba. And that is my particular point for today. Thank you.